everyone, welcome back to another episode. Welcome to this beautiful location here. So today's Q&A, I have incredible questions and I just need to let you know before I begin to answer them that I am not a medical professional. I'm doing the very best I can with the knowledge and understanding that I have at the time. All of the answers that I'm giving you to these questions today are based on my own personal experiences. Please keep that in mind and let's get cracking on today's first question. Fruitalicious Berry asks, how much money do you spend on Pilates, gyms, workouts? Is it expensive? You look great. Oh, thank you. Have you increased your protein intake? Thanks. Okay, so there's two questions there. The first one is about fitness. How much do I spend on fitness? Now, I think it is absolutely irrelevant how much money I spend on fitness. I think what you need to focus on is how do you feel when you invest in your fitness? Because for me, when I go to Pilates and I go to yoga and I cycle and I have personal training sessions and I'm going to be starting running again and I also swim, that makes me feel absolutely amazing. It just makes me feel so good. It makes me love who I am even more because exercising to me is a self-love practice. It makes me feel proud when I see my bum has like shrunk. If you check out my previous video where I mentioned I've lost weight, I just feel amazing. And I really don't think you can put a price on your fitness or on your health. I think that, you know, if you get sick, then you're going to find the money to make yourself better. So why don't you take a preventative approach? Your wealth is in your health. I know that for a fact because I was sick for 2 weeks and I was in hospital. That was another video, so check that one out too. You know, you can do free exercises. You don't have to spend money. Find something that you love. That is the most important thing. If you love dancing, you can dance in your bedroom or you can dance in a studio. There are so many different options, but look into what works truly best for you. The second part of the question you mentioned, have you increased your protein intake? Just let me start by saying that protein is found in every plant food.
The average requirement is 42 grams of protein a day. Non-vegetarians get way more than they need, and so does everyone else.
Now, I think what you need to do is take your focus away from protein, because I'm sure you don't know anyone that is protein deficient, right? What you need to be more mindful of is how much fiber are you consuming. Fiber is found in every single whole plant food. Check out this quick little snippet from Dr. Greger because he is able to summarize it very, very quickly for you.
Surprising that there's so much fuss about protein in this country when less than 3% of adults don't make the cut. Presumably folks on extreme calorie-restricted diets who just aren't eating enough food, period. But 97% of Americans get enough protein. There is a nutrient, though, for which 97% of Americans are deficient. Less than 3% of Americans get even the recommended minimum adequate intake of fiber. So the question isn't where do you get your protein, but where do you get your fiber? Dietary fiber has been protectively associated with the risk of diabetes, metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular disease, obesity, and various cancers, as well as high cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugars. Therefore, it is not surprising that fiber is now listed as a nutrient of concern in the dietary guidelines. Protein is not. By definition, fiber is only found in plants.
So the next question is from Tarot Inspiration, and she asks, can you talk more about intuitive eating? Eating only when you're hungry and stopping when you're full. I noticed you started losing more, I'm assuming she means more weight, once you mentioned you started to listen to your body. You're so sweet and I love watching your progress. Happy for your results. Well, thank you. Oh my gosh. I really, really love you, Tarot Inspiration. I can't remember your name, but you're so beautiful, and I love that you constantly communicate with me across social media. In regards to answering your question, to talk more about intuitive eating, yes, you were right. I have mentioned that I stopped smashing in the calories and drinking smoothies, and I started eating whole foods. So I stopped having smoothies and I started eating bananas. And I increased my avocado intake. I used to be so scared to have like a quarter of an avocado. Now, no joke, quarter of avocado doesn't even cut it for me. I'll have half an avocado. And I just feel so much more satiated when I'm eating this way. And I'm having potatoes now in my salads because that fills me up so much more. And, you know, it doesn't mean that I'm hungry in like half an hour. I'm also eating in accordance to the season. At the moment, we're in autumn, so we're having cooler mornings and cooler evenings. So in the evenings at the moment, I'm loving pumpkin soup because I find it really, really warming. And in the mornings, it's not too cold now, so I'm not really having porridge at this stage or oatmeal. It's kind of like, what am I having for breakfast? Well, today I had 2 pieces of toast with avocado and salt and pepper on top, and that works amazing for me. Oh, it's pretty difficult to start out with. I found that I stopped eating too much for my body. You know when you're full. You guys actually requested me to make a What I Eat in a Day series based on the Daily Dozen from Dr. Michael Greger's book called How Not to Die. So stay tuned for that because this series is coming up very, very shortly. And I'm going to be showing you an updated version of what I'm eating because it has changed a little bit. So I hope this helps. I find it's really, really hard to explain what I'm doing. I just kind of need to just show you what I'm doing. Do what works best for you. So thank you for your question. Anyways, my love, thank you so much for watching today's Q&A. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please stay tuned for part 2 because I have so many beautiful questions to get through and I couldn't fit them all into one video. So stay tuned for next episode. Remember, continue to make better choices and I will see you next video. I love you.